1. The Subway Tunnel beneath New York. In 2020, a group of urban explorers discovered an abandoned subway tunnel beneath Brooklyn that didn't appear on any modern transit map. The entrance was hidden behind a rusted maintenance door near an old station platform. Most people assumed it was just another unused tunnel from the early 1900s, but according to former transit workers, the tunnel had been sealed after multiple workers disappeared during construction decades earlier. The explorers entered around midnight. At first, the tunnel looked normal: old tracks, broken lights, graffiti. But after walking nearly half a mile underground, they found something disturbing. The walls suddenly became clean, no dust, no rust, almost like someone maintained the area. Then they discovered old wooden benches lining the tunnel, and beside them, fresh coffee cups. Someone had been there recently. That's when they heard the train. A loud metallic rumble echoed through the darkness ahead. Impossible. The tracks were dead. No trains had operated there for nearly 70 years. The sound grew louder, closer. Then a bright subway light appeared deep inside the tunnel. An old silver train slowly rolled toward them. No transit logos, no route number, and every window was completely black. The train stopped silently just a few feet away. The doors opened. No one stepped out, but one explorer noticed movement inside the dark windows. People, standing motionless, watching them. Then a voice crackled through the train speaker. "Last stop." The explorers ran immediately, but one of them, a man named Trevor, disappeared during the escape. Police searched the tunnels for 2 days. They found the others near the maintenance entrance, terrified, covered in dust. But Trevor was never found. Months later, a transit worker claimed he saw someone matching Trevor's description standing inside a passing subway car late at night, completely still, just staring through the window. 2. The Hotel on Route 66. In Arizona, there's an abandoned motel along Route 66 known as the Sunset Lodge. The building closed in 1986 after a fire killed several guests overnight. Locals claim the owner vanished immediately after the incident and was never identified again. In 2022, 2 paranormal investigators stayed there overnight for a live stream. At first, viewers watched the pair explore burned rooms and collapsed hallways. But around 2 a.m., strange things started happening. Room doors slammed shut by themselves. The live stream audio filled with static, and viewers began commenting that someone could be seen standing behind the investigators. A tall figure wearing a bellhop uniform. The investigators never noticed it. Then one of them entered room 12, the exact room where the fire reportedly started. Inside, the walls were covered in black handprints, hundreds of them, as if people had desperately tried to escape the flames. Then the investigator's flashlight suddenly revealed words scratched into the wall. "He locked the doors." Seconds later, the live stream cut out. Police later found the equipment still recording inside the motel, but both investigators had vanished. The only footage recovered showed one final frame before the stream died. The bellhop figure standing directly behind them, smiling. 3. The Forgotten School in Ohio. Outside Cleveland, an abandoned elementary school called Briarwood Elementary has sat empty since 1994. Officially, the school closed because of asbestos contamination, but former students tell a different story. They claim several children disappeared there during the early 90s, and after the final disappearance, the school shut down almost overnight. In 2021, a local filmmaker entered the school to shoot a documentary. At first, everything looked abandoned: dusty classrooms, broken lockers, rotting books. But in the cafeteria, he found fresh food sitting on one of the tables, still warm. Then the school intercom suddenly turned on by itself. Static echoed through the halls before a child's voice whispered, "Class is starting." Every classroom door slammed shut at once. The filmmaker ran through the hallway trying to escape. but every exit door was chained from the outside. Then he heard children laughing upstairs. Slow footsteps began moving above him. One classroom light flickered on. Inside, dozens of child-sized handprints covered the windows from the inside. The documentary footage was uploaded online weeks later. But viewers noticed something terrifying hidden in the background. In several scenes, children can be seen standing motionless at the ends of hallways, watching him. 4. The military base in Alaska. Deep in Alaska, there's an abandoned Cold War military base known as Raven Rock Station. The base was officially shut down in 1978 after a classified communications accident. Nobody knows what that means. In 2019, a survival YouTuber traveled there during winter to spend 48 hours inside the abandoned facility. The underground bunker stretched for miles beneath the snow. Most of the rooms were empty, but the deeper he explored, the stranger things became. Computers still hummed quietly despite no power source. Old radios emitted static-filled voices, and several doors were welded shut from the outside. Then he found a room filled entirely with clocks, hundreds of them, every clock frozen at exactly 3:17 a.m. While filming, the YouTuber suddenly heard knocking from inside one of the sealed rooms. 3 slow knocks. Then a voice whispered through the metal door, "Please let us out." The knocking became violent. The door began shaking from the inside. The YouTuber fled deeper into the bunker trying to find another exit. But the hallways no longer looked the same. Rooms had changed places. Signs pointed in different directions. And eventually he reached a dead end where one sentence had been painted across the wall. "We never left." The live stream ended abruptly after loud screaming echoed through the bunker. Rescue teams found his equipment 3 days later. But the YouTuber himself was never found anywhere inside the base.
5. The lighthouse on Dead Man's Coast. Along the coast of Maine, there's an abandoned lighthouse locals call Black Harbor Light. The lighthouse was built in 1891 after multiple ships crashed along the rocky coastline during heavy fog. For decades, a lighthouse keeper named Walter Grayson lived there alone. Then in 1974, the lighthouse suddenly stopped operating. When rescue crews arrived days later, they found the front door hanging open. The light was still spinning. Dinner sat untouched on the table, but Walter was gone. No body was ever found. After that, the lighthouse was permanently abandoned. But fishermen in the area still claim they sometimes see the light turning late at night during